Let's go to the spring sports side of things. The spring sports athletes are the ones that are affected the most in terms of games played. We bring in softball head coach Carol Hutchins, and Hutch, such a whirlwind. I really appreciate you joining us here.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm happy to get a chance to chat with our fans.
It's been quite a whirlwind. Tell us, how did you find out about the cancellations during really that waterfall of information last week?
Well, we've been having several teleconferences with Ward Manuel, who I thought did a great job of just keeping us in the loop. And without a whole lot developing, we had, of course, first learned that there would be no fans. And then as it moved along, by Thursday morning, I had seen that the Ivy League had canceled, and I have two very close colleagues in the Ivy League, Benny Allard, who's the head coach at Harvard and is one of our alums, and Jen Teague at Cornell, who was on our championship staff. And I called both of them just to, offer my support. And once I hung up, I was certain that we were just moments away from going through this based on the information that they knew. The Harvard epidemiologist, very involved in understanding the coronavirus and knowing that we could not have these large crowds. And, of course, the Big Ten basketball tournament being canceled by noon. We had another call with Ward in the morning on Thursday morning, and I got called out of practice at 2:30 for a 3 o'clock phone call, and I was quite certain what it was going to be about. So, and I was semi-prepared, although I can tell you that when I had to go back out to tell my team, there's no preparing you for that.
No, if you don't mind, Hutch, tell us about what that interaction was like with your team, and how much has the recent news about, an extra year of eligibility kind of helped, not all the way, because I know your team wanted to play now, but at least helped a little bit.
Well, when I came back out, practice was in full force, and I actually sat in the stands and watched my assistant run the practice for a bit. I let it go on. They were playing well. They were having fun. It was a beautiful day, and unfortunately I knew it was their last day, so I let the practice go for about 20 minutes. I joined them for the last goal, and then I just called them into our dugout, which is our space, and that's our place. I presented the bad news, and the emotions were everybody handles emotions differently, but it was definitely a sad scene, and it was all I could do to get through it without being able to tell them, because it's the saddest day of my coaching career. But, and there's news of, we don't know how the extra year of eligibility is going to pan out. There's a lot of moving parts to that with what are the scholarship limits and how does that affect people that have signed with us. And, so I don't feel as comforted as some because we don't know how this can play out. I understand their intent. I would like them to hammer out the details before they get people's hopes up or give kids another thing to worry about. All I know is obviously the NCAA's job is to take care of the student athlete, as is Michigan's. But we need to know how this affects a lot of bigger pictures. So at this point, no decisions, and you can't make decisions in an environment that is as fluid as it has been, because I have never seen anything move. By the time we make one policy, we've already changed it to make another one. So we've all got to just do the one thing that none of us are very good at, which is sit back, let things play out, and understand we don't control this, but we have to abide by the rules that come down.
Yeah. Carol Hutchins, Michigan softball head coach, joining us here on Inside Michigan Basketball. Whether it's on the field or off, I know you're so key on trying to turn things into positives or into learning experiences. How can this be that for your team?
Well, you think about anybody who's dealt a tough blow, a tough card, whether somebody finds out they have cancer or somebody finds out they have lost a loved one. You have really only one choice to make, which is, to be strong and to face what you're dealt. Everybody is strong enough to deal with this, and my message to my team was how well equipped they actually are, as they've all faced adversity and they have all fallen down. And your only judge in life is whether you get back up, and we will get back up from this. I believe that one of the small messages out there is that we're just a small piece of the universe, athletics, and their experience to get to be a college athlete, which they should never take for granted. Nor should I, is so much smaller than the picture that we're now looking at, which is saving the world from going down a horrible path. And our small part in it is to vacate our season to do what's right and help make the world safe. And I thought my assistant coach put it best, Bonnie Thole, who made a comment regarding how this is our seniors' greatest sacrifice, because they sacrifice their season for the greater good. And we always talk about at Michigan, this is all about the team. This is about the greater good. And the lessons they draw on it will be, this has been it's been a blow. It's a hardship. We're very sad by it, but there's such bigger pictures always, and perspective is everything. So I've just tried to remain calm in the face of panic, try to get our kids to quit getting involved in the rumor mill. They keep telling me, well, I hear this, we hear this, and, don't hear things. Go to the CDC website, watch the news, pay attention to details, and don't promote those kind of details and rumors, because it only causes panic and anxiety, and we have enough of it.
Before we let you go, the plan was to have you out at Blue Leprechaun to talk about the Michigan Softball Academy. Obviously, everyone's having to kind of redo things or reschedule along those lines. I just want to give you a platform to talk about what that academy stands for. You and your staff and your players in this program have raised over $1 million over the years to support the fight against breast cancer. Just want to give you that opportunity, even though, as we know, we're all going to have to get creative with this stuff.
Well, and getting creative is a new challenge, and I just had an opportunity to speak in a conference call with many of our team captains, and of course our wonderful committee, our executive committee. And our message is, we understand the tough times that all people are in, but we all need something to keep us pointed towards the sun. And I am committed to doing whatever we can to create a virtual type of academy. We raise money online. We create our teams to be competitive, to raise funds. We have, of course, a silent auction where we've already secured many fantastic auction items, and maybe include our team as far as their involvement with the different teams of the academy. And we feel we can move forward in some sense with a virtual type of academy. There's certainly been nothing set in stone. We're just brainstorming, but breast cancer is still here, and it's still real. It's been a cause that is dear to this program and to the community. And whether we can, obviously we can't convene in person, but we can do some great things. And our captains, all on board, want to see us continue to move forward and raise monies for the American Cancer Society. So without any further detail, we're not done yet. And it might be the biggest win and the only win we get the rest of the season, but Michigan softball is still behind the Michigan Softball Academy. However it plays out, there's funds to be raised, and breast cancer is still to be fought and to be conquered.
msoftballacademy.org for more information or how to get involved. Carol Hutchins, Michigan softball head coach, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your words of wisdom, and stay safe out there.
Well, and everybody, regardless of what we hear in the upcoming days, we need to stay calm and take care of each other. So everybody stay healthy and follow those protocols, and I guarantee you we'll one day soon be back at Alumni Field.
Can't wait. Thank you, Hutch.